Hi everyone, my name is Bea, and today I'm going to show you how I suit up Bea. Now, Bea is made by Houndstooth. I'll leave links in the description for any kind of products and things I use in the video, so check those out if you are interested. Now, before I start suiting, there are two things I would also recommend having with you. First is a slicker brush, that is the one with the little hooks on it, just for kind of grabbing onto kind of matted areas and just for kind of easy brushing and making your suit nice and fluffy prior to wearing them, as well as Fursuit spray. Now, I have one from Fursuit Supplies, which is beautiful, but you can use things like Dettol or Lysol as well, just a disinfectant spray to keep them nice and clean. Now, before I start suiting, the first thing I'm going to do is get that brush. I'm going to use it the opposite way around and just kind of give it a quick brush over. This is just to kind of get those weird matted areas out and just to make the suit nice and fluffy. Again, if you've got a heavily matted area in like the pit or the crotch, hopefully from after suiting, then I would use the slicker brush the correct way around. For the head, I just give it a good shake there, and that normally sorts the fur out as well. If I need to, I'll use the brush. And then I can get on kind of getting all the parts together. So Bea is made of 4 parts. We've got the head, the hands, the tail, and the body. The tail is separate, and that is because it is an articulated tail, so as you can see, it kind of makes this really lovely wiggle effect. And all this means is I just have to kind of put the belt on the tail first, so I just thread it through its loops, and then I have to insert it through the body first. For my belt, I use a D-loop belt just because it's a lot nicer on my stomach. It doesn't dig like a buckle would do, and I can adjust the tightness kind of freely a lot more often. Now, for putting the tail into the body, I have to just use the zipper area from the front. It is very tricky to do on my own, so you just get to watch me struggle here. I normally have a handler that would help kind of hold the bodysuit or the tail. It just makes the process a little bit easier. But yeah, I'm just kind of threading it through, getting it set into the correct place. And then once I do that, I'm just going to make sure the spine is in the correct spot and kind of is wiggling in the correct direction, nice and horizontal. So once I've got that done, I will move on to actually putting the bodysuit on. Now, I have sped this section up just because it takes a very long time for me to do, because there's a lot of loose stuffing around the legs, and there is the occasional sock that you might come across from a snow day video you made about 6 months ago. Don't worry, the bodysuit was washed with that sock inside. I was wondering where the sock ended up going, so it's nice to find it again after all this time. As you can see, I am just kind of using my hand to guide my foot down. It just makes things a little bit easier just to kind of find the seating in the bottom to get my foot in the right place. And then once I'm there, I can pull the bodysuit up and grab the belt and just kind of get the tail supported rather than it just holding the fur down. I use the belt loops to just make it nice and tight, and then I'm just going to check over the body and just make sure everything is kind of set in the right place and just looking correct there. Then I'm going to grab my braces. I'll use these to kind of take some of the weight of the tail because it is really heavy. Just taking it off of the stomach and putting it onto my shoulders. I find this is a really good strategy, is using all 4 belt clips and putting them all right next to the tail loops. And what that does is it just kind of helps hold the back of the black belt up. If I put the 2 clips to the front, the belt just kind of lifts up from the front and drags down from the bottom, and it doesn't really do much support, so I found that that is the best strategy. And then with the black belt, once it's tight enough, I literally just tuck it underneath, and that just stops it from kind of gently loosening up on the front as well. So then I'll just put on some gloves and my balaclava. You'll also notice that I was wearing Under Armour this whole time as well. I really recommend getting Under Armour. It just helps keep you cool and stops the sweat from getting onto the backing of the fur, so it just keeps your suit a little bit cleaner and kind of nicer smelling for longer as well. Once I've done that, I'm going to roll the sleeves up on the bodysuit, and then I'm going to push the hand paws on. Now, I pull them on nice and tight, and then I'm just going to roll the sleeves over the hand paw seams themselves. And normally it's a lot easier with the first hand, but the second hand is the tricky one because now I've got a great big paw to try and do it with. Again, easier with a handler, but I can make do. It just looks a little bit scruffy on that opposite hand. Then with the head, a super easy part. I just pull on the nape and then push down on the top of the head, and it does just slip on for me. You might find that's not really the case for your own suit. You might have a bit more trouble with the head, but that is just how it is for Bea. Just nice and easy, and I can do that part last. And there you go, she is all done and looking beautiful and gorgeous as always, and at this point I can run around and just be an absolute lunatic, chaotic raptor. My favourite thing to do. Oh no, oh, she's got the chair, look out. But yes, I hope you did enjoy this video. I try to keep it kind of short and informative. but I hope you did enjoy it nevertheless. Please feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy watching this and found it kind of informative and helpful, and if you're new to the channel, please give us a subscribe. We just hit 1,000 recently, which is so cool, and hopefully we can grab some more along the way. I do plan on doing a fursuit cleaning and maintenance video soon, so if you stay subscribed you can look out for that soon. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!